Big Mounjaro updates this week, including changes to how long you can use your pen, new BMI guidance, and even some news from the US where Costco might start selling Wegovy and Ozempic for half price. Ooh. Plus, I'm going on a holiday in just 2 weeks' time, just a bit less. So I've been researching everything about travelling safely with Mounjaro, how to store it, how to take it through security and keep it safe when you're actually at the cruise or at your destination. So grab a cuppa because there's lots to talk about this week. Welcome to the Midweek Dose. So let's start this week's Mounjaro news because my provider, Medicine Marketplace, has introduced some really important updates and they start today, Monday the 6th of October when I'm recording this video. Point 1, storage. So Medicine Marketplace did a live TikTok on Sunday with some interesting updates that affect us all. Even if you're with another provider, another pharmacy, these changes could be coming your way soon. So listen up. Firstly, they've now extended how long you can keep Mounjaro once opened. It's now 42 days instead of 30 days. Now, this isn't from the manufacturer, Eli Lilly. It's just the current pharmacy that I'm with have changed their stance on this and other policies. If you're split dosing from a higher strength pen, you're always going to keep it in the fridge that bit longer than the 30 days. Now, I'm not suggesting that you do this. What you do with your body is up to you. But it's a step in the right direction and maybe put some people's mind at ease, that they have gone beyond the 30 days and they're not going to get any problems. So that's the first thing that happened. So number 2 is they're now doing a mandatory monthly on the scales video check-in for all customers. Now, this is about accountability and tracking progress. This means every single time that you order a pen, you need to do a video of your face and the scales and send it in before your pen is authorised. They're not doing a consultation for new people. This is how it's going to be going forward. When I first heard this, I did think, well, it's a bit of a pain in the arse. But I guess it's all about safeguarding the meds and being taken by the right people at the right weight. So I guess it's a good plus if you think about it. Point 3 is Medicine Marketplace are now accepting patients with thyroid conditions. Now, previously, thyroid issues would often disqualify you from Mounjaro or Wegovy. So this is a big step for accessibility. Always double check with your doctor first, of course, but you may actually get to go on this medication if you've been previously refused on Mounjaro or Wegovy and you've got a thyroid issue. Now you might be able to get on it. So if you know anybody with that, pass the news on and they might be eligible. Okay, number 4 is a big one that affects me and I'm sure countless others of you out there. It's about maintenance BMI targets. They've been updated. So when I went with Medicine Marketplace, they were 19.5. They would let you go down to before they cut you off from the drug. So now that's changed up to 22 on Mounjaro and 22.5 on Wegovy. This is a big shift from before. My BMI is around 23 and luckily I'm not planning on losing any more weight, but you could find yourself getting an email to say that you're actually now within a healthy BMI and you can't get the pens anymore. So what's your take on this change? Are you at target? Are you teetering on the edge of 22 BMI? Because you could find yourself sourcing another provider or even going cold turkey, which isn't ideal. Point 5 is there's now a washout period if you stop Mounjaro. It's 2 weeks moving from Mounjaro to Wegovy and vice versa going from Wegovy to Mounjaro. It's 3 weeks. Now, this is a right grey area if you ask me. Different companies are suggesting different washout periods and some let you actually start the swap right away. So if you're moving from Mounjaro to Wegovy, there isn't any gap, which I don't know if I agree with that. But what do you guys think is the best course of action? Washout or not? Let me know in the comments. Okay, point number 6 is a good one. All customers can now get access to a free 10-minute video consultation through the pharmacy. So this is perfect for anybody that has a question about a side effect, the dosing, or your maintenance journey. It's just a really good added support mechanism for any burning questions that you may have. So that's a good one, I think. Okay, number 7 is if you stop Mounjaro or Wegovy altogether, if you're at your target, you now have the option to restart at the lowest dose if you're still within a 3-month period window. So if you're struggling to cope on your own, this is a great backup plan. And myself, I could actually utilise this one possibly in the future. If you come off the pen, you find you're really struggling with just your willpower, you've now got the option to go back to the pharmacy and say, I'm really struggling with this. Can I go back on Mounjaro or Wegovy? What do you guys think about this change? Because I think it's a really positive one, and it's really going to be there to support people that are really struggling when they come off the drug altogether. So it's a good one. So that's the updates from Medicine Marketplace on their live TikTok. Mostly the positive ones, depending on how you look at it. Your supplier might be different, so just goes to show how there's such a range of differences, but always get in touch with your own supplier to check what their guidelines are for like maintenance and dosing, etc. Okay, the last update is basically just a general update from my American friends. I'll post a picture up above that I've seen on social media. Now, whether this is true or not remains to be seen, but it's basically Costco, the wholesaler, is planning to sell Wegovy and Zempic at half price. So whether this comes to pass or not, we'll just have to wait and see. But I know that the prices in America are way dearer than the UK. So this could really shake up the GLP-1 pricing market globally, and it might even have a kick onto the UK and influence prices further down the line. Who knows at this point, but as I said, it is way more expensive in the States. So if I hear any more on this one, I'll let you all know. Okay, so that's loads of positive changes, more flexibility, wider access, and possibly even maybe a price decrease on the horizon. Who knows? We shall see. Anyway, moving on. Since I'm going on holiday myself in just 2 weeks, I mentioned that before, let's talk about travelling with Mounjaro or Wegovy safely. Okay, so travelling safely with your pen. Okay, so point 1 is how long can you keep Mounjaro out of the fridge? So this is the first thing I checked out. So Eli Lilly says that you can leave it 21 days at room temperature, which is roughly about 30 degrees centigrade maximum or 86 degrees Fahrenheit. It's perfect if you're travelling. Just keep it in the box, out of the light, and never ever freeze it. Okay, point number 2 is how I'm packing my Mounjaro pen. So it's going to come in a wee case like this. You've got your frozen packs that you can put in beside it, wrap it in some cloth so it doesn't touch your pen, so it doesn't get frozen. You'll have your needles in there and your swabs. Just make sure you don't touch it because it will get frozen. But this will be great for carrying in your hand luggage. Do not check it, whatever you do, into the hold, because the hold has got a very, very cold temperature and it will get frozen, and then your pen will be useless. So just make sure you keep it with you at all times in the actual aircraft. Okay, point number 3 is going to be airport security. Now you can take Mounjaro through security. Just show the prescription label or a doctor's note. It's just treated like an insulin pen basically, so there's no problem. I'll be taking my empty Mounjaro box with my name and address printed on it to show that it is a prescription drug, and I'm not expecting any issues with this, but it's better to be safe than sorry. Okay, point 4, when you arrive at your hotel or the cruise or the destination, pen goes straight into the mini fridge, and I'll be keeping it there for the duration of the 2-week holiday. I'll be on, so it's just basically like your fridge at home. Just make sure you keep it in there and don't move it unless you're actually using it. Okay, point number 5 is keeping your injections up to date when you're away. Obviously, you're going to have lots of fun, but try and keep to a schedule. A few hours difference is fine. If you miss a dose, just try and take it as soon as you remember and then return to your normal schedule. I have the Shotzi app that reminds me to take my 2 doses per week, as I'm still on the split dosing. I'm doing 2.5 milligrams twice a week because I'm on 5, and I'm just planning on staying on that dosage while on holiday. So number 6 is going to be, what's my plan when I'm on holiday? I'm going to eat protein at every meal. I'm going to hydrate as much as possible. I will enjoy some treats, and I'm not going to try and stress about it too much. Remember, Mounjaro and Wegovy is about living life, not restricting it. Yes, I'll still have some cocktails, creamy ones, or puddings, but it's everything in moderation. So let's see how I get on with all that temptation around me. Remember, it's unlimited food and unlimited drink. And I'll be updating you all from the cruise, so tune in for those videos, which I'll hopefully get if the Wi-Fi is okay. So there you go. That's your full midweek update on Mounjaro news, international pricing, and my top tips for travelling safely with the Mounjaro or Wegovy pen. Now, don't forget to subscribe, and if you are worrying about your weight regain after Target, then you really need to watch this video next, up above. I'll link it at the end of this video as well. It's a very deep episode, but I think it had stuff in it that really needed to be said. So I hope you enjoy that and probably hit home. So I hope your week's going well. Stay focused, stay on track, and I'll speak to you all in the next video. Until then, I'm signing off. Bye for now.